Good afternoon, it's Thursday the 9th of November. It's around about 12 o'clock and it's very, very cold actually. I'm out on the bike but it is very cold. And I'm going to make this wee video and go home because it's Baltic. And I just want to talk to you about the success of Belfast Harbour in attracting cruise ships into the city. And it is a success story, a big success story. I think Belfast now in 2023 is first or second in the whole of the UK for attracting cruise ships in. That's the old coal yard. And that's where the cruise ships used to dock. I think probably up about there, because I used to see them coming in and I was disgusted that they were parking up beside a coal yard with all the dust and muck. But anyway, that's all changed now because they've got a designated cruise ship terminal and they've had it for some considerable time, and it's way out in the distance there around to the right. And this is the car park beside the HMS Caroline, and the HMS Caroline in my opinion is probably the best living authentic exhibition of naval history there is. It's the most worthwhile museum or exhibition or whatever you want to call it in the whole of the city and probably even the whole of Northern Ireland in my opinion. That's the Game of Thrones studios, and dwarfed by one of Harland Wolff cranes in the background there. And this is Victoria Channel, and you can see the size of this, and there's one or two other channels, and you could hide a whole fleet in here, and that's why the cruise ships love coming here. I'm just going to go on round the corner to show you what's there. This is a nice wee quiet spot out of the wind. And 1996, because of our recent troubles in the 70s, 80s and 90s, Belfast welcomed about one cruise ship in a year. That's the Cave Hill in the background there. I'll stand back out of the wind. You know, there was no cruise ships would come to Belfast because of our troubles. It was a scary place, and people are still scared to come to Belfast. People from down south are finding out to their amazement, you know, Belfast's a good place to come to. But and that's the pump house, the White Star pump house, serviced all their ships, and it serviced Titanic. Pumped out Thompson Dock, and there's a ship in getting a wee bit of TLC. We'll see what it is. It's the Steam Packet and Company. I think that runs to the Isle of Man, and I believe the WB Yeats ferry is round the corner there somewhere as well. It's a hidden world down here. It really is a hidden world. And a big cargo vessel up and across the way. You know, you can see the size of that vessel. I mean, that vessel's an amazing size. That is the Evangelistra. Let's see where it's in from. I forgot to look. It's in from Monrovia, would you believe? And all the ferries The Stenner ferries lie out here. Don't see too many of them about, mind you. But anyway, I was telling you about the success of Belfast cruise ships and Belfast Harbour. 1996, no cruise ships came to Belfast, none. But in 2023, we're one of the UK leaders for cruise ships coming in. And this is just totally gobsmacking, totally amazing. The turnaround. So why has it happened? Well, the trouble stopped. The Good Friday Agreement came in. And then we had the cruise ship terminal being built away out here that welcomed in the biggest of cruise ships, and they could even turn round in the channel out there and be ready for departure, so that was great. And before that, of course, we had the Giant's Causeway attraction, and then we had Game of Thrones, which was a game changer for Belfast and beyond, you know, the entire community. It was a real game changer because thousands of people wanted to see the film locations, and they still do. And then we had the Titanic Exhibition Centre being built behind me, way back here. And you can't just see it. And Game of Thrones Studios was built alongside it, and all the rest of it. And it attracted so many tourists as well. It's in behind that grey building back there. There's the Titanic Studios peeping around. Game of Thrones was filmed there. So we had all these different brilliant constructions along the Belfast waterfront, which was absolutely derelict in the 90s, and it was totally transformed, and it's a mega attraction with the Titanic exhibition, and of course the marina area and SSE arena as well. Great attractions. There's another ship coming in, if I can get it. It's way out there. Where are you boy? Can't see it. There it is there. Anyway, just to give you some stats on this. Belfast Harbour now handles 70% of seaborne imports into Northern Ireland, and that's something. That is really something. That's some amount of cargo. There's the pilot boat, one of the pilot boats coming out. I'm getting shaky hands because it's cold. But and as I said, there's so much docking space here. Dublin Port has a real problem with docking space. Belfast has none. I know they do have to regulate it, but Belfast has none. There's so much space for anchorage. So as I said, even the largest of cruise ships can come in and turn around in the outer reaches of the harbour here. Since those are the early days of the cruise ship coming out, or cruise ship season coming to Belfast, we have had 1,161 cruise ship visits to Belfast. There she goes, and these boys are pivotal to the safety of ships docking here. We've had cruise ships run by 75 different cruise ship lines coming to Belfast, and of course these are making a massive input to local economy. Royal Caribbean Anthem, just to give you some idea, Royal Caribbean Anthem of the Seas, 168,666 tonnes, and you know, we're talking about nearly 5,000 passengers and 1,500 of a crew. It's been in multiple times. I've videoed it. The MSC Virtuoso, 181,541 tonnes, and it carries, you know, mega passengers, 6,000 plus if it's at maximum capacity, and it's got 1,704 of a crew. So Belfast cruise ships and Belfast Harbour, you know, Belfast cruise ships terminal and all the rest of it, Belfast Harbour doing really, really well in right up to the present time, 2023. Recently we welcomed our 2 millionth person visitor to Belfast via cruise ships. 2 million people since those early days in the late 1990s, and last year 250,000 came in. Oh, that's remarkable. That was between March and October. 61 different cruise ships came in, and some of those cruise ships come in multiple times. The Borealis, for instance, comes in, you know, every other week. So those cruise ships made 165 different calls to Belfast. And this is up by 15%. These call-ins to Belfast since the record was set in 2019, and there's been 15 new ships calling in this year, including the Disney Dream and the Norwegian Prima and the MSC Prasusia. So this is just to give you some idea of the importance to Belfast of cruise ship business, and Belfast Harbour is really, really doing well, and long may it continue, because it puts money in the pocket of the local economy. Shipbuilding's beginning to come back after those dreadful Thatcher years and beyond, beginning to come back. Belfast Harland and Wolff are building barges, and I believe they've had a contract for 6 more. They've already built something like 18, and these barges cost millions. And there has been a bit of refurbishment of cruise ships and other ferries and stuff in Harland and Wolff, and we're hopeful of getting some naval contracts as well. I think those are in the pipeline. So all change for the better at Belfast Harbour after decades of very, very bad years due to the troubles and due to the closure of the shipbuilding. Well, it didn't actually close, but might as well have done. It was just sort of put in the cold fridge. Harland and Wolff is beginning to come alive again, and long might that continue as well. So that's just to give you a wee idea of what's going on here. I'm going away home now because it's Baltic. See you soon.